All right, good morning guys, and welcome to the next workout in our Coach Care and Connect series. So today we've got another core workout for you, but we're gonna put a little bit of a twist. So instead of completely blasting our core, right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of mobility, and it's gonna be a little less dynamic and cardio taxing than that we've had in the last couple weeks. Reason for that is I'm seeing a lot of you guys that are out there, you're getting active, you're doing more walking and you're doing more running, but we're getting some things like tight hips, a little bit of lower back pain, things like that with this new activity. So I think adding in our core workout, but then boosting some mobility in there as well is gonna go a long way to help you guys with these new activities. So that's what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be a very similar format to last week. We're gonna have 7 exercises. We're gonna be doing them for about 40 to 45 seconds, and then we're gonna switch to 15 to 20 seconds of rest in between. We're gonna go through 2 times. So we got about 15 minutes of core work for you today, and then we're gonna get on to the rest of our day. This is really good to supplement either right after, or it could actually be a pretty good warm-up right before you go on a long walk or a run as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the warm-up portion of it. So I'll go ahead and step back, right? So warm-up, we're gonna start with jumping jacks, nice and easy. Just like elementary school. Flashback to the good old days, right? Kids these days, they don't know what they're missing. They got all this distance learning stuff. They're missing out on dodgeball and jumping jacks, jump ropes. All right, a few more here. 3, 2, 1, and let's drop it down for some bodyweight squats. So I want your feet just a little bit farther than shoulder width apart. Then you're gonna go down and back up. I want you to fully bring those hips forward as you come up to the top and squeeze those glutes up at the top as well. So when you go down towards the bottom, you should feel those hip flexors engage a little bit, your hamstrings as well, and then squeeze those glutes at the top. Again, this is a core workout, so keep your core nice and tight. It'll keep you from bending over, doing anything crazy like that. Good. All right, we're gonna switch it to some forward lunges now. So stepping forward with each leg, similar to a running motion, keeping that knee directly above that ankle, dropping back down again. Focus on keeping that core engaged. About 2 more each side here. There we go, last one each side. Good. All right, now let's jog in place. There we go. Stimulating that running technique. We want to warm up those running muscles, right? So we're going to jog in place for about 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to drop it back down for some more squats. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 3, 2 more. Good, and finish it with some more jumping jacks. Get some lateral motion in here. Yeah. There we go, nice job. 3, 2, 1, and time. Go ahead and grab a quick drink of water. And again, I'll explain how this workout is gonna go. So, first exercise, it's just gonna be a standard plank. All right, so how this will work, I want you guys to focus on the elbow plank today. So you're gonna go on your elbow and your forearms, just like this. You're gonna put your feet straight back up on your toes, and you're gonna squeeze your core, keeping your body nice and straight. Now, instead of just focusing on your abs today, we wanna help light up our posterior chain as well. So I want you to really press back into those toes and engage your hamstrings, the back of your legs, and your glutes as well. So I'll ditch these gloves so I can get our timer started. We're gonna do 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest for this first round. Second round, we're gonna do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. So let's get our timer ready. In our rest time is when I'll explain what the next exercise is. So 40 seconds of work starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. Nice, solid elbow plank. Now again, push that weight into those toes a little bit and really squeeze those glutes and that hamstring. Feel that posterior chain light up, keeping your body nice and tight. And then keep your eyes looking forward. I wouldn't say look a mile ahead, but a few inches in front of your hands. Nice and engaged. Nice easy breathing. About 10 seconds left. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. So now we're going to switch over onto our back. You guys got about 20 seconds. I'll show you the next exercise. It's a glute bridge. So feet on the ground, we're on our back, hands to our sides, and all you're doing is lifting your hips straight up towards the sky and squeezing your glutes at the top, just like this. 2, 1, and go. So bring those hips up, try to get that body straight in a straight line, clench those glutes, and then lower it down nice and controlled. There you go. The key here is to squeeze your glutes and your hamstrings and really try to push those hips up. Otherwise, you don't get a whole lot of this workout if you don't focus on those muscles. Really try to focus on that clench. Boom. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Next exercise is going to be a bird dog. So you guys got about 20 seconds. But when we get set up, I want your knees directly underneath your hips, your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. You're going to take one arm and the opposite leg, and you're going to fully extend them and bring it back in. And begin. So we're going to do about 5 on one side, and then we'll switch and do 5 on the other. Here's 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll switch sides. Now as we do this, I want you to really focus on reaching out with that hand and trying to push that foot back as far as you can. There's 4. There we go. One more each side here.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. And rest. Good. All right, so next one is going to be modified bicycles. This one's going to have us on our back again. Now, the modified portion is we're going to keep our upper body nice and tight. We're not going to bring it off the ground and twist it, but our legs are going to come up, and we're going to alternate them, just like this. Go ahead and begin. So you're just replacing one foot with the other. Again, keep your core engaged. You'll start to feel this in your lower back and your hip flexors. Bring those knees up to 90 degrees. If you're getting really, really tired, you can put your head down on the ground. Otherwise, try to keep your head 3 to 6 inches off the ground and really engage those upper abs. But this helps prevent a lot of twisting on the spine, which is really what our core is designed to do. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, next up is around the world planks. So this one is going to be a high plank, just like this. And you're just going to take one extremity at a time and lift it off the ground. Going all the way around the world, and begin. Now you can go in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion, whichever you choose, whatever helps you with the coordination, which is not my strong suit. There we go. Looking good. Starting to feel it in the core. Starting to feel it in those legs a little bit. Good. Keeping our body from rocking side to side and doing kind of these things. Right? Keep it nice and controlled. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Now, last 2 exercises. We're going to be back in the same position we started with the bird dogs, but we're going to do knee circles. So you're just going to bring one knee off the ground. You're going to bring it forward and out, just like this. 3, 2, 1, begin. So we'll start on one side. I'll tell you when we're about halfway, and then we're going to swap to the other side. But all you're doing is drawing circles with your knees, bringing it up first, then out, then back and around. So there we go. We're halfway there. Go ahead and switch legs now. Knee forward, out, and back. Drawing that circle. Trying to really bring that knee up as you bring it out. Open up these hips. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, the next one, last one we're going to do before we get a little bit of a break, is going to look very similar, except for we're doing knee circles backwards. So just pushing your knee back first instead of forward first. And now we're going in a counterclockwise motion on that right leg. 2, 1, go. This really helps to open up those hips. And the hips control a lot of things when we're talking running, walking, or exercise in general. About 3 seconds till we switch. Good. And go ahead and switch to that other side. Again, pushing the knee back first. But as I was saying, your hips control a lot. So if you're getting lower back pain on runs or some knee pain, a lot of it can actually originate from your hips being too tight. 2, 1, and time. Good. So we made it through round number 1. Go ahead. We got about a minute of a break here. Let's grab some water. Take a few deep breaths. Now we're going to do the same thing for round number 2, except for this time it's going to be 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. So we'll get a little more of that core blast and a little bit more cardio in this second one, but we're warmed up and we're ready to go. All right, so take about 20 more seconds here. All right, and I want to hear from you guys. So right at the end of this workout, I want to know what new activities you guys have found during this whole shelter-in-place situation throughout the country. So some people have fallen in love with running and walking again, which is really what we've been talking about today. Some people have found biking is really cool. Golf is a new sport a lot of people are taking on just to get out, be in the sun a little bit, be a little bit more active. So I want to know what it is that you found that you're falling in love with, or that you're re-falling in love with. Maybe you haven't done it for years, and now you've got a little more time to do that. So we'll comment on that right after this, because we're going to get into our second and final round. So let's go ahead and get back down on the ground. Couple more last second deep breaths here. And we're going to go with those elbow planks in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so now we got 45 seconds. You guys have got these planks down, right? So keeping the core nice and tight, pushing into those toes just a little bit. Squeeze those glutes and those hamstrings. Feel it engage your shoulders. And now, all we have to do is sit here, breathe in, breathe out, nice and controlled. Find your happy place. What makes you happy? Right? So if the thought of traveling, like we talked about last week, is it the, oh man, I get to do my long run this weekend, my quiet time, right? Get to shoot some basketball. What makes you happy? Maybe it's watching, rewatching all the Avengers movies with your kids. Who knows? 3, 2, 1, rest. There we go. 15 seconds. We're going to transition onto our back and get to those glute bridges. Right? So remember, pushing those hips straight up and engaging those glutes at the top. 2, 1, and begin. All right, now these can be nice and controlled. No need to do them super fast. Just kind of keep them tempoed. Nice and controlled. Squeezing those glutes. You can push your weight down into your heels a little bit more too. It can really help you drive those hips a little bit higher. Get that body straight in line. There we go. Nice and controlled. Controlling your breath. 45 seconds is a lot of work when you only get 15 seconds of rest. So take these breathers when you can. Squeeze at the top. Lower down, nice and controlled. 2, 1, and rest. All right. Next up is that bird dog. So knees below the hips, wrist below the shoulders. Got about 5 seconds here. And we're gonna alternate each side. 2, 1, begin. Now really reach out with that hand and push out with that foot, and then return nice and controlled. If you guys want a little bit extra to push you on this one, instead of just coming back to the starting position, you can actually bring your elbow in to touch your knee, and then right back out. So fully extend, elbow to knee, fully extend. There you go. Just make sure to really push out, especially with that back foot. Make sure we're opening those hips and engaging that posterior chain. 2, 1, rest. Good. All right, next up is those modified bicycles again. So on our backs, hands to our sides, knees are going to be up at about 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1, go. So fully extending one leg and then just replacing one foot with the other. Now try to focus on this one. If you've got your head up, you're engaging those upper abs, right? Try to focus on this one. I'm pointing your toes up towards your head. There you go. Really flex that quad. When you fully extend that leg, really flex it. Now again, this can be a tempoed one, so no need to do it super fast. The slower and more controlled you do it, the more you'll get. Feel those hip flexors. Get a little popping in my hips when I do this. Feels good. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, modified bicycles done. Next up, around the world planks. So again, this is just a high plank with one extremity being pulled off the ground at a time. 2, 1, begin. Again, nice and controlled. Now, this is still a core workout, so make sure you're engaging your core and you're keeping it from wiggling your body all around like this. All right, so keep it nice and tight. Essentially, your hips should stay about the same spot, no matter what extremity it is that you're pulling off the ground. Man, I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but there must be a lot of deliveries this morning. A lot of semi-trucks driving by. Hopefully, they've got plenty of toilet paper. 2, 1, and rest. All right, almost done, guys. All we have is our knee circles forward and our knee circles backwards. And we're done with core and a little bit of mobility today. So, back on those hands and knees. 2, 1, and go. So, we'll go forward, out, and back. Forward, out, and back. Just drawing a great big circle with your knees here. Again, as you bring those knees out, try to bring them up a little bit as well. Really open up those hips, but not so much where you're turning onto your side. Here we go. It's about halfway. So we'll switch to the other side. Forward, out, back. Forward, out, back. Think of yourself like a cute little dog that's got to pee on the tree, you know? Every cute little dog's got to do it.
3,
2, 1, and rest. All right, one exercise left. That's it. So this one's going to be the knee circles again. We're going to be moving backwards, out, and up this time. All right, backwards, out, and up. In 3, 2, 1, go. Back, out, up. There we go. Cute little dog on the tree. There we go. One more. And go ahead and switch. Back, out, and up. Controlling your breathing. This one's going to tax you a little more cardio-wise, right? We're at the end of that 45-15 set. Back, out, up. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, nice job, guys. So we made it through another core workout. This one, we just added a little bit of mobility into it as well. Really opened up our hips, lit up the front and backs of our legs today, and hopefully stretched out some of that lower back for you too. So again, don't forget in the comments, I want to know what it is, what's a new activity you've either fallen in love with or that you've re-fallen in love with, since some of us have had a little extra time on our hands. As always, thanks for joining us for today's workout here at Anytime Fitness. We are having a blast doing these. Love seeing the comments. Love getting the workout selfies posted and tagging us in them. They're awesome, guys. Super proud of you. Thanks again for joining us, and we will see you same time, same place, 8:30 tomorrow for another live workout, Central Time, here on Facebook. See you guys.